Check. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It is really a pleasure for me to stand here among your midst, and at the outset, I would like to thank Khiamniungan Students Union President Muno and his officials for remembering us and putting us to this program. Respected compeers of the event and President Naga Council Dimapur, President and his colleagues, President Eastern Nagaland People's Union Dimapur, President Khiamniungan Students Union Dimapur, Khiamniungan Union Dimapur, tribal presidents, and all the Eastern leaders present here in this gathering. It is a proud moment for us to celebrate an event like this, especially in a city like Dimapur. I acknowledge Khiamniungan Students Union Dimapur President and his team for coming up with this paramount event in this challenging situation. This kind of event not only gathers people from different walks of life, but also teaches us the core value and our vibrant culture. Khiamniungan Students Union Dimapur is one of the pillars of the Eastern Naga Students Union Dimapur. And since inception, we have seen that the participations of Khiamniungan Students Union Dimapur in Dimapur Eastern Naga Students Union. The KSUD not only work for the welfare of the students community or for a particular community, but they also work for the entire district and for the entire Naga people, which I really appreciate. And I look forward that the Khiamniungan Students Union Dimapur will continue to take the legacy now and even in days to come. The theme per se speaks about what it is and why we are here today. The idea of one or few individuals became a habit. It becomes a practice over time, and over generation it becomes culture. Whatever program that we have, that KSUD has prepared today, it is because of the ideas of few individuals. Likewise, the culture that we are celebrating today, the rich culture that we have today, is all derived of our forefathers. Had they been not initiated this moment about the culture, about the ideas, we would not be celebrating this event today. But when we talk about culture, we seldom think about our dress, our food habits, our lifestyle. Culture involves larger aspects that our forefathers have taught us. We know that we have experience in a city like Dimapur. It is not easy to be a leader. It is very challenging, even to the extent of student from union to tribal and so on, unless there is unity among us. The culture stands because of unity of few people that we enjoy the fruit today. Our forefathers have taught us how to be united, how to be brave. In fact, Nagas are known for bravery, unity. Nagas are known for honesty. This tree should be the binding culture in our life today, which we have almost forgotten. It is not just the dress that I wear, the language that I speak defines our culture, but the habits, the character, the attitude that our forefathers have. Nagas were so much united since time immemorial. But the basic and the official unity we can learn from 1917 to 18 in the 20th century. 1917 and 18, when our Nagas came together and formed a Naga club. Down to 1951, we see plebiscite, the signing of plebiscite, 99%. From different walks of our homeland. This is the culture. We were one. When our forefathers did not have education, religion, they were honest. They were straightforward. It was in their blood. But now, when we have education, when we have religion with us, so many tools, when we have technology that has segregated us, we no longer wear the attitude of honesty with us. We no longer speak the truth. We are no longer united. When we talk about unity, it's a very common thing for us. We hear about unity more often and we ignore it. But in one particular tribe or in one particular community, we see the division among the Nagas. And that is why, because of our disunity, Britishers, Indians have taken the advantage of us. Few hundreds have ruled over thousands. Few thousands have ruled over lakhs of Indians, Britishers. Why? Because we are not united. This has transpired into our present generation. Our forefathers have taught us so many good things, but we only want to inculcate what is benefited for us. Earlier, our forefathers had no lock or key in their houses, no security guards, no cameras, but they were so honest. They were satisfied with what they had. And without locking their house, keeping their property, they go to the field. They bring the grains, food grains from the field, place it at the granary without a lock. Nothing is lost. No camera, no lock, nothing, but the faith, the honesty that the people has, those days. But now, even with the CCTV cameras, even with the expensive lock or lockers, nothing is safe. Why? We have become too much self-centered. Everything belongs to me, us, me, for myself, I. That is the attitude that we are carrying right now. I think our forefathers would not be happy looking at us in this situation. We have become so comfortable in our own ways. We have become extremely satisfied with what we know and what we have. What I know is the gospel truth. What I have is the genuine one. What people think we don't value it. Let us speak to ourselves. In what situation we are right now. And we talk about unity, we talk about oneness. Whereas in our hearts, I'm too self-centered. This is like a virus in our society. Everybody knows, but nobody wants to initiate it. Maybe if we still inculcate the values of our forefathers, we would have achieved much higher, greater heights than this one. This saying is not only to the students or the leaders, but irrespective of all borders, Nagas. We have to unlearn so many things before we come together, before we learn something new. Because if we learn something new with the same attitude, I think it will be redundant for us. Let me conclude my speech by giving one small illustration. Students, leaders, or individuals, or society, we are so much comfortable in what we know, what we have, what we are. We are not willing to change, but we want to see the world changing. I don't want to take the first step. I don't want to put my hand first, but we want to see the change. And confining to our own four corners of the world, we are very much comfortable. Be it student, be it leaders, be it every individual seated here. Unless the sense of comfortable that we have in the wrong direction, unless we change it, I see the same fate of our homeland. I want to highlight this illustration before I end. I want to speak much, but since subject to so many speakers in the line and so many good events. Participants are there. I am thrilled to watch furthermore, but I want to conclude my speech with this illustration. The frog in the hot pan. Some might be knowing this. A frog in the hot pan. When we put 10% of hot water in the hot pan, when the frog is inside, the frog has the capacity to adjust with the temperature, with be it cold or hot. It can adjust the temperature in the hot pot. When we increase the temperature to 20%, it can still adjust with the temperature. It will still relax because the frog is comfortable in the pan. It can adjust with the temperature. But while adjusting with the temperature, it loses its strength as well. And when the water gets hotter by 30, 40, the frog still adjusts with the temperature. But when it becomes unbearable for the frog with the heat temperature, extreme heat, it tries to jump out of the pot, out of the pan. At that moment, the frog loses all its strength and unable to jump and dies there. Because when the time is right, we are so comfortable, we don't look for the future. We only perceive in our mind the good things, but we never act upon. And we are so comfortable with what we have right now, what we know, but we don't want to get out of the box and think beyond. That will kill us. That will bury our talent, the truth, the true color that we have, that God has given to us, and we are informed. When we celebrate this cultural event, I remind every one of us, I entreat every one of us to also look for the unity when we celebrate our beautiful and vibrant culture. Thank you.